Okay, so I started situating the wires, and they're not as bad as I thought they were. Here's the 5 Hall sensor wires. They seem to be in okay condition. I could reuse those. And then I have my positive and negative for my battery input, and my 3-phase wires. Now, here is my sending wire for my throttle, which comes down into this little pedal assist controlling box and out, and all this mess I'm going to have to figure out. I'm going to cut this open right now and basically try to bypass this board and get rid of it. So let's see if we can get into that. Okay, I found out it was easier than I thought to remove that thing, and it's not necessary. So I just basically cut all the wiring out, and now I just have my regular sending wire going down to the controller like normal. So we don't need anything else. Now I just have to figure out what's going on with this big harness right here, and then we're good to go. I cut that other harness out, and now I have a couple of little pigtails out of here that I need to get rid of. For now, I'm going to keep them there just in case. I'm not too familiar with this circuit board, and what I want to do is hook a motor up to this thing and a battery pack and test it. Once we can get it working, then I can start taking off wires I know that I don't need. So I have my hub motor, 48 volt, 1000 watt, hooked up with some temporary wire nuts right now to the controller. And I busted out my throttle, and I have my 3 wires that you see right down there, and I'm going to hook them up to my throttle wiring, and then I can get my LiPo batteries over here, my turning watt meter, and hook them up to my positive and negative, and 39 volts on the turning meter. I have 2 5-cell packs in series over here, and I have the throttle hooked up, and everything's ready to go.
There we go, that'll work.
Oh.
Pretty warped. Wobbling the entire table. That was only up to 3 amps. Battery's at 38.8 volts when I was doing that. 2.89 amps.
Alright, and there you have it. I have to say that was a success, and it was very easy. A lot easier than I thought it would be. I can't believe I stalled almost a whole year on this project. I got rid of the pedal assist. I got rid of all the unnecessary wiring that was in the harness that I didn't care about, like the shut-off braking and the on-off switch and all this stuff that I'm not even going to use, like the battery positive out to check your voltage on your throttle. I don't need any of that stuff. This is all I need. I have my Hall sensors, I have my throttle wires, and then I have my wires going to my motor and my battery. That's it. Nothing else. So now that I cleaned the board up, I can probably up the solder on my shunt here and flip this thing over and put some more solder on my FET lines and get my controller to put out probably about 20 amps instead of 15. Okay, I just heated up my trusty soldering iron and applied an extra bead of solder going across the whole bottom of this circuit board here where the MOSFETs attach. It was actually fairly easy to do. You just have to watch out and make sure that you don't short any terminals that weren't touching. It only took about a minute, and I also added a bar of solder on my little shunt there. Now you don't want to complete that all the way, because if you complete it all the way, the shunt's useless. You want to just apply enough solder to where it makes the part of the shunt shorter. So say the shunt's 1 inch long, you can make it so it's 1/4 inch long instead. I have the right portion of the controller's cover that slides over all the wires in place, and I have the main board back into the controller's housing. That was the hardest part, is lining it all up. Now I'm going to snap the rest of the covers on and put this thing together. And there you have it. With a little time and patience, we get her back in her cover, and the controller is ready to go. That's all it took right there. Remove pedal assist, up the amperage, this thing's good to go. I could have changed the wiring, but I mean, they're pretty fine stranded copper, 14 gauge. This thing will definitely handle 20-25 amps, no problem. And I don't need anything more than that, so I think we're good.